free. Wish I could be part of that world. Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Ruby Sinclair, and I am back for week 3 of Ruby Sinclair's Strictly Review. I am excited about this week's Hollywood special Strictly Come Dancing we've got. And I thought I'd dress up and pay homage to a little Ariel. Red wig, blue dress, it's all I had. Shock. Well, I'm just looking at myself in the camera. Oh, I look nice. Ooh. We like a fringe. My darlings, I hope you have had a lovely week, and let's get ready to start week 3 of Strictly Come Dancing 2021. Ruby Sinclair's Strictly Review. Let's go. So I have just witnessed, I've gone all tingly. I've just witnessed that opening routine. Wow. Oh, I've gone all tingly all over. Oh, goosebumpy, goosebumpy. You would be able to see my arms if I didn't shave them, my arm hairs. Wasn't that amazing? Oh, and Johannes's little reaction at the end as well is so, so lovely to see same-sex dancing represented both in the leader and the follower, the girls and the boys. They all were doing it. Amazing. And what a gorgeous piece of music as well. Absolutely beautiful. Well, this is already a start to a fantastic, fantastic episode. How good do the judges look? Oh my, Mutsi looks unreal. Oh, I love it. I love this hair. Unreal, unreal. First up for Hollywood Week is Judy and Graziano with a Charleston. This lady is so, so good. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. Shout out to that costume as well. Isn't that costume exquisite? You know me, I like anything fringy. Oh, I can hear it moving. It sounds like the sea. There was so good. Judy, you did an absolutely amazing job. I absolutely agree with Shirley's comments and with Mutsi's comments and with Anton's comments, really everyone but Craig. I thought it was an excellent job. She did a really great Charleston. I think actually for me, in the number of years that I've seen the Charleston done on Strictly, because it's not traditionally a ballroom dance, it's obviously a dance that we know and love and we recognise now, especially on Strictly. I think it's one of my favourites that I've ever seen. Personally, I do like what Anton said. You know, I've mentioned this before. These celebrities that suddenly come out into the musical theatre world, when he mentioned about seeing her on the stage, I would not be surprised if we saw Judy on the stage sometime, somewhen. Mama Morton would be an amazing character for her. Does she sing? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Let's be honest, I bet you she does. She is such a talented lady. I really enjoyed her commitment throughout the whole routine. We had full face, full energy. It was amazing. Judy, well done. Graziano, of course, he's just gorgeous, isn't he? Does he wear the black eyeliner? Is that a normal? He is so, so hot. Like spellbindingly beautiful. His eyes are so amazing. Amazing. Well done, Judy and Graziano. And a message from Sean Paul himself. What on earth? Strictly Come Dancing, uniting everyone. Oh my god, Sean Paul on Strictly Come Dancing. Get Busy was so good last week. Tommy Blaze did such a good job with that track. So, so fun. This is wild. Judy has got to get through to next week, surely. With a foxtrot, it's Dan and Nadia. Oh, what a gorgeous routine. Now, obviously, there was mistakes in this one, Dan. There was mistakes that we know about, the judges spoke about. I get it. It's fine, it happens. But what was important is that he carried on. He took that breath. He then carried on. That's the most important thing. And to be able to do that, this is only week 3. We forget these are not dancers. They're not even necessarily performing at all. Yes, he's on television a lot and he is probably knowing that when he makes a mistake, he'll take a breath and come back. But he did pick it up and he did manage to carry on. He did look lovely. He looked quite confident with Nadia in his arms. His top line, as the judges keep saying, is this line that's going through his spine, is so, so lovely. Very, very good. Now, of course, there was footwork errors. There was all sorts going on. Nothing is perfect. Who is perfect? Let's be honest. But for me, what was the letdown was that his eye line, like Motsi was saying, his eye line was down quite a lot of the time. Then that way, it's just all generally just going down in that sort of way. It's hard to come back from that because if you don't look very confident, then you're not going to be giving off any confident energy. So while he's dancing, yes, that top line is great, but as he was looking down, it was just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It wasn't a great dance for Dan. He had a good dance last week with the Paso Doble. It wasn't bad at all. This one, not so great. I wonder how he's going to get on with the rest of the competition. We know that we have a lot of strong competitors this year especially. So I wonder how he's going to get on with the rankings in the leaderboard. I think the judges, maybe obviously Craig was a little harsh, but all the other judges, the scores were round about the same sort of way. I think he might be in trouble this week. We'll see. Maybe there's some other dancers that are going to be some trouble for anyone else, but I think he might be in trouble this week, Dan. Not my Nadia. She looked gorgeous, didn't she, as always? Gorgeous. Love that pink dress. So pretty. But Dan and Nadia, maybe next week will be better. Hopefully, if you guys are still in. Let's go for the samba with Sarah and Aliash. Shrek is one of my favourite films ever. If anyone that knows me, you know I love to quote Shrek, the film, all the time. Lovely soup, Mrs. Q. Now, that was wild. Yes, hair and costume was amazing. Can we just talk quickly about this one though? Just quickly, is that Aliash's fat suit? Did we need to have that? Was that necessary? Just a thought. We know who Shrek is. He doesn't need to have a big belly. I don't know. Just putting it out there. Because Sarah necessarily, she had a shape of her bottom, but nothing, there was no need. I don't know. Take with that what you will. But wow, what an excellent routine. Now, yes, it was very fun, very playful, but we saw that character. It was great to see Sarah relaxed. She was so good. What a difference from that cha-cha that we saw from her in the first week. Shirley was exactly right. And what I was saying last week also is that I was worried that she was only going to be a one-trick pony with that dance that she had last week, with that beautiful, beautiful ballroom. But we've managed to find Sarah's personality in the Latin as well. And what a performance. Now, I did find, technically, I found a lot of the routine very, very bouncy, which sometimes we don't need it to be that bouncy. But if you find Aliash was going for gold and he was quite bouncy too, to be honest with you. So she was kind of matching whatever he was teaching her. Now, that being said, we could have maybe had a little bit more resistance in the knees to be able to find that bounce and that body action, as opposed to just going up and down, up and down, up and down, which is fine. It worked for the character. I get it. And a 28 score, sevens, full house from the judges. What a great routine. She's got it. She's managed to smash it in the Latin now as well. Hopefully then, maybe later on when Sarah's in the competition, I'm presuming she's going to be in for a while, let's be honest, she can revisit that cha-cha-cha and hopefully she can manage to sort it out a little bit. Now she's got a little bit more confidence. Well done, Sarah and Aliash. American Smooth Time with AJ. Wow. What an amazing, amazing, amazing routine. God, you forget sometimes, exactly as Craig said, you forget sometimes these aren't dancers. Like, these aren't, and they're compelling, they're emotional, they're full of choreography. These routines are amazing. AJ, this is the third week in a row now. She has done a cracking job. I absolutely, absolutely say that she is one to watch for this crown, for sure. For sure. How stunning. The jewels that were on her arms. Let's talk about that. I've gone all goose pimply. Sorry, don't mind me. Don't look at my hairy arms. The jewels on her arms. I've never seen those like that before. I really loved that touch, because sometimes with ballroom dresses, we have the ballroom wings that kind of come from just the top half of the bottom that would attach to the arms. Sometimes those are a bit wafty and they get in the way. And what an amazingly beautiful way to see AJ's gorgeous arms with just that lovely dangly jewellery. Oh, so gorgeous. There was routine, there was lifts as well. The lifts were really nice. We talk about this before. It's important that get up into the lift is just as important as coming out as well of that lift. And they were all very, very smooth, those lifts. Wow. This lady is amazing. And she's great at the Latin as well. So good. Kai, he cannot do any wrong. He's so lucky he's got a partner like this too. Well done, AJ and Kai. We will absolutely, I have got to say, we're going to see this couple in the final. Surely there's not going to be a dance that's going to be any problem for her. Amazing, AJ. Well done, my darling. Well done. With a quick step is Robert and Diane. These costume people, bless them, they have been put through the ringer with this one. But how stunning was Diane's dress? If you take it away from the fact that it was supposed to be Miss Piggy, it's actually a beautiful, beautiful dress. The feather at the bottom was just attached to the rope that was going down. It was so, so nice. I really loved it. It was like little fringes with the feather on the end. So, so beautiful. Not a bad attempt at all. The quick step is notoriously difficult. We've spoken last week before about when, especially in this hold, when you're bouncing with your feet so much, it's so hard not to let the frame go down. And I do think for the first one time round the ballroom, his frame was excellent. And then as soon as he got round once, that was it. It started dipping, it started getting lower, and then the bouncing starts and it's getting lower and lower and lower. It's hard. These people are not going to pick this up with just 1 week. There's not a professional in the world that would be able to help that. That is with pure strength, and that is there. It's going to be locked there in that position. It's not going to happen straight away, but he is definitely improving. Now, I do think that the scores were probably right for this one. I'm glad, although that they were dressed so crazy, I'm glad actually that the routine was quite serious and it was quite to the point. It wasn't as comedic as maybe his first routine was when we saw that Paso Doble the first week. But I thought it was a really great job. I am yet, other than Dan and Nadia, I'm yet to see a weak link this week. And I'm just about almost halfway through. So who's it going to be? Well done, Robert and Diane. Paso Doble with Greg and Karen. Not bad at all. He did a really good job. Now, I understand where they were going with this, with the whole cool, calm and collected James Bond. We didn't really go down the Matador type of route that we normally do get with the Paso Doble. So with that being said, I found it really classy. I found that he was kind of leading Karen in the right way. Shirley mentioned about that stretch that he had that one time when he did that turn. I absolutely saw that. So when we see that glimmer, it's like, ah! The rest of it could all be like that. Sometimes what's so hard about these, especially for these celebrity males, is for them to be able to lead their partner. It's hard. It's really hard. The professional males are able to lead their partner. That's what we're doing here. That's how they're turning their girls. Great. You can move them fast. You can give them that extra push and shove. With the celebrity males, they can't always do that. So sometimes I find it hard that there was a couple of times where it looked like Karen was kind of pulling him around a little bit. Now, that is absolutely fine. Maybe he was about to go wrong. We don't know what kind of connection that they're feeling with their arms. But the judges are absolutely right that we want to see that leading, because otherwise everything is just a little over rehearsed and we know what's coming up next. And that's also where we talk about musicality as well, is that it almost looks a little bit rehearsed. So then we're losing out on that musicality. We did get that musicality beautifully with AJ and Kai. This time it wasn't really there so much. They can be as equally as rehearsed as each other. They could be rehearsed to every single minute of every single day. But that musicality, that intention that needs to be there. I do really love when they did that dun 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 dun. We had that Spanish arms, that little section. I really enjoyed that. I've never ever seen a Paso Doble to that theme tune, and I thought it works great. I might use that in the future. Thank you, Karen. Well done, Greg and Karen. I'm sure we'll see them next week. Again, I'm still not seeing much of a weak link here. Get down. I'm still not seeing much of a weak link. So let's see how this one goes. Greg and Karen, well done. It was great. Taking on the jive this week is Tilly and Nikita. Oh, wasn't this fun? A very fun routine. I really enjoyed it. Hey, isn't she lucky though? Because Charleston and Jive are both pretty energetic, pretty similar-ish. I would think so, kind of, sorta. Maybe. We'll see about that. So she did a cracking job. Now, the jive is very hard because we are supposed to be pumping these legs all the time. I found that the leg that she was kicking was pumping and that was great, but the standing leg was quite often flat. So what ends up happening is we still have to have that bounce even when we're kicking with our foot. What was happening is we were bouncing and then kicking. So it ended up one foot was really going for it and the other one really wasn't. Whereas we could have kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. We were having kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. So I do agree with Craig that I found it pretty flat-footed. I did think that she was all very much on one level. Yes, the foot that was out that was doing the kicks was kicking and it was going for gold, to be honest with you. She was really going for it. But the underneath leg had stopped, so it wasn't bouncing at all. That's one of the big characteristics of the jive. I thought the routine was excellent. I loved it that she came down in the hairspray bottle. I thought that was really cool. Another girl that we don't know what's going on with her background, but I don't know whether she might come out into the musical theatre world. It would not surprise me. She did a fabulous job. I think we're realising, though, that she probably is suited better to the ballroom dances and the Latin dances, but that's fine. I do think that this one might have a good little samba inside of her, though. I think her samba might be quite fun, and salsa, they're pretty similar dances. But I think this one wasn't a dance for her this week. But the scores were not that bad. 27 is not bad at all. She did an excellent job. Tilly, well done, and Nikita. This time with a foxtrot is Rose and Giovanni. Oh, wasn't that just stunning? Rose. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's so amazing what Rose was saying about feeling Giovanni's body as opposed to worrying about the counts. That's what we're talking about musicality, right? Because she's being led the whole time. That is so amazing. Oh, I've gone all goose pimply again. It's a goose pimple night tonight. Ooh. Wow, it was amazing. At one point they were doing a feather step, and the way her foot was going back slowly because she was waiting for Giovanni's leg to go forward, which means, like Giovanni said, it's like dancing with a professional because she's waiting for that lead. That's what's so difficult about this. You can rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, but then it somewhat seems robotic. It's so, so natural. It's so beautiful to watch. There was a moment for me when Rose literally went, they were stood still completely, and Rose's head went one side to the other. It was stunning, and the camera caught that moment so beautifully. What's important when the ladies are moving their head from side to side, when the follower is going around, is that we're going up and over the rainbow. We're working so hard to get that head up and out. Is that as we look over, we're lifting up and back. It's not just going that way. Does that make sense? So as I'm going up and over the rainbow, it was stunning. So beautiful. And that is hard. It hurts. It's not easy. It's not easy. Up and over, you get a Deirdre neck going on. You're up and over. Beautiful. Oh, I want to have a dance now. Rose, well done. So far, I think that is joint highest score of the night, I think, with AJ and Kai. Absolutely exquisite. Now, we've seen it now that Rose was excellent at the Latin dances, and now she's good at the ballroom as well. Another one, I would be surprised if Rose and Giovanni are not in the final. Exciting, and it's only week 3. Amazing. Well done, Rose and Giovanni. This week with the couple's choice is Hugo and Oti. Oh, that was so fun. Oh my. Hugo and Oti, that was an excellent, excellent routine. Moana is such a good film. It was so sweet. I did have a little tear in my eye when his 2 gorgeous little girls were there. Ruby, lovely name. Wasn't that great? The lift, when he threw Oti up, I've never seen anyone go that high. It was almost like she could have done 2 rotations before he caught her. It was really, really lovely. That dive roll was lovely. These couple choices routines, they're hard to judge against everyone else because they are just kind of whatever they fancy. They're in the theme of the song that they're doing, but they're just whatever dance-wise. So it's hard to try and judge them, for their hold or, any sort of particular footwork, because it's just kind of whatever. It's enjoyable, it's entertaining, it's a great asset to the show, these couples' choices, and I thought it was an excellent routine. It's impossible to vote him out on this routine, surely. You'd feel bad for his poor girls. He didn't wear the glasses! I've said since week 1, Hugo, why is he wearing these glasses? And he took them off, finally. Maybe it's to lay that gorgeous wig of his down. It looked really, really nice. I love it when Mutsi said about, give me my wig back. So good. A fantastic routine this week. Couples Choice is always going to perform. It was so fun. And I'm sure all the children watching as well would love that routine. And wasn't Oti amazing as Moana as well? So fun. Well done, Hugo and Oti. I'm sure we'll see you next week. Next up, with the jive, is Tom and Amy. Whoa, what a routine. Oh, we missed Tom and Amy last week, and they were definitely missed. What infectious energy these two have when they're dancing. Wow. I really loved what he was doing with the guitar as well. When he was actually incorporating that into the routine, we saw a lovely stop and go there as he still had hold of the guitar. That was wild. I have got to commend Amy on that choreography because it had elements of very complex things. There's all sorts going on. And then it had such lovely elements. We had an American spin. We had a mooch in there. And we had the stop and go, as I said already. What lovely choreography. I thought he did an excellent job. I do agree with what the judges said about the fact that when he's alone, he was going for gold. And when he's with Amy, there's almost like the energy kind of dips a little. That might be because he's probably otherwise, when you've got a connection with a partner, you don't want to go too wild. I have maybe done that in the past, once or twice. Some of my partners might be watching this like, Otherwise, it's better to contain that energy. Then you're able then to have more endurance to be able to last the rest of the routine when you then end up letting your partner go and then facing the front again. So I don't think that's necessarily for the bad, that he's kind of, the energy dips a little when he's with his partner, because he's a great leader. There was an excellent infectious routine. I think that might be my favourite jive so far of the whole series yet. I think the song was excellent. It's a perfect jive song, Johnny Be Good anyway. But the choreography was amazing. The costumes were great. The guitar work was all amazing. I think Tom did an excellent job. And I think 4 8s from the judges, a score of 32, is not bad at all. He did an excellent job. We hope to see you next week, Tom and Amy. We're glad you're back, though. And we're glad that you're all safe and sound and all back to full health. Tom and Amy, excellent job. Look forward to seeing you next week. Maybe with some ballroom. Next up with a rumba is Adam and Katia. Woo, the hair and makeup and also the technical side of this one. Dearie me. Amazing. This is wild. It's Strictly Come Dancing. What I love, again, same that we had with Robert and Diane's routine, is that, yes, they were all fully made up head to toe in their characters, but it wasn't a joke. It was very, very serious. I saw a lot of technical rumba in this routine, and it was so lovely to see. Yes, the judges were right. You know, it's so hard when we're trying to get to these lines and it's the movement getting into them. Then when you get your gorgeous line, that's what he was missing. The gorgeous line was there, don't get me wrong. The lines were stunning, but it's the getting into. There was one moment where they both kind of breathed in very close to each other and he lunged out to the side and I went, ooh. That was really nice, because Katia's breathing in. I've got to say as well, Katia, I thought in that routine was absolutely exquisite. I have had the pleasure of seeing Katia dance live myself, and rumba really on this girl is so, so stunning. I loved how that little skirt that she had on was like up on her hip, so we really accentuated that hip action. I'm talking about her too much, but it was absolutely stunning. That moment when they breathed in and then he lent out a lunge and went out while she's just in a little fan position. Oh my God, it was stunning. Beautiful. Elements of that were absolutely beautiful. But I do think the judges were a little harsh on the scoring on this one. What do you guys think? Do you think they were a little harsh or too nice? Not nice enough? I don't know. I thought he was better than that. I think he's quite low down in the leaderboard, but I didn't think it was that bad at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Remember, I do love having those conversations with you each and every week. Now, Adam and Katia, you guys did an excellent job. Fingers crossed we'll see you next week. We're not sure whether this may see them in the dance-off. We'll see. I have everything crossed. I'm ready to watch all the rest of the afternoon. But well done, Adam and Katia. Next up with their American Smooth is Katie and Gorka. Okay, Katie, what an excellent routine. Another good routine. Didn't she not come back fighting hard from that dance-off? I thought she did an excellent job in that dance-off last week, and I think this is no different. It was really good. It's funny that Shirley was talking about the traction of the feet when I remember in week 1 with Katie's dance, the ballroom dance, that I spoke specifically about the traction, that it was good, but here it was lost, which is a shame. This is what's quite hard about a lot of these dances, is that a lot of what we're learning with each individual dance, you can take each of those skills and try and take it onto the next dance. So she did miss out on some of that traction, which she did have in week 1, which is maybe something that they worked on. Obviously, when you add all the layers on top of when you're learning new things, some of the things that you've learned in the first place have gone a little. So that was a shame that we kind of lost that traction. I thought her attack and her energy was spot on in this. And it was really probably the most enjoyable routine to watch, because there was lots of different elements, the sort of jazzy elements, the little bit of foxtrot. I will say there was not much foxtrot at all, really, was there? That was the dance they went for, right? There really wasn't that much foxtrot at all. Maybe it had a couple of bars and then that was it. It was the end of the routine. Nevertheless, it was an excellent routine. That, with it being American Smooth, is what we can get. Now, will she be in the dance again? No, I think she did a pretty good job. I think there was a few other routines that were a lot worse than this one. Scores were okay. Craig, as always, is a little low, isn't he? As always. But I think she'll do fine. I think she will do fine. Yeah? Do you reckon? I don't know. I think so. Dan was not great. Miss Piggy's quick step, that was probably not great either. Well, we'll see. I think she should be fine. Fingers crossed, but well done, Katie and Gorka. It was an excellent routine. Couple's choice is Rhys and Nancy. Rhys and Nancy! Wow, that was unreal. This is episode 3. This is wild. That was wild. Again, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. These couples choices, it just means they can relax. They're doing genres that they want to do as well. They're doing songs that mean something to them. This, we were talking about the Marvel, we're talking about the characters, the comic book characters that he wants to portray. Unreal. Unreal. And also, it was so clean. A lot of the time, what's really important, what I like, is when they show you the little slow-mos, they are so in sync. They are so in sync. Nancy, as a professional dancer, like, amazing. Amazing. It was athletic, it was energetic, and it was full of character as well. It was so, so fun. So fun. I'm not familiar with Spider-Man and the Spider-Universe of what he was doing, but it was so engaging. You've obviously seen the films, seen the film Spider-Man, but it was unreal. Unreal. Wow. And that's the top score so far. Our first 10. Motzi, our first 10. Amazing. Well done, Rhys and Nancy. I'm so looking forward to them to getting back to the ballroom and the Latin stuff next week. This is going to be such a high for them, and hopefully they can keep it up. Well done, Rhys and Nancy. Last couple this week is John and Johannes with their Paso Doble. You know, I like to cry. Oh my God, John and Johannes, Paso Doble, perfect. Perfect, it was so good. I think what Anton said, oh, sorry, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment again. Oh dear. Paso's such a hard dance. It's such a hard dance for, I find it personally a really hard dance to do because it's so out of my comfort zone, and I feel I completely agree and can empathize with John because he's not really like that as a person either, as we found out in their video. And he managed to prove that you can butch it up if you need to, you can camp it up if you need to, and it was just so perfect. So perfect. It was strong. There was moments where he was fully he was in it completely. It wasn't over rehearsed. He was still leading when he needed to. He was following when he needed to as well. The choreography was so amazing. It was simple but exquisite as well. And I just can't get enough of these two. I'm so glad that everything is going in their favour at the moment. I hope that there's not a dance that's going to slip them up. I may say it now. I hope that his jive is going to be okay. I worry about his jive. Maybe I might eat my boot with that, but I worry that his jive might not be so good. I'm so excited to see them do some more ballroom dances as well. But John and Johannes, it was a stellar performance. Absolutely deserving of the top performance of the night. These two can't do no wrong. I'm so proud. So proud. Well done, boys. John and Johannes, your Paso Doble was amazing. Well done. Okay, and there we have it. So everyone has danced, and what a movie week we have had. Highlights got to be John and Johannes. Dearie me. It was just amazing. Also, I want to shout out to AJ and Kai. I thought their routine was also exquisite. Now, down at the other end of the leaderboard, we have got, at the moment, Adam and Katia. Now, I didn't really think that they were the worst of the night. Bless them, being in the bottom. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, they stay out of that bottom two, out of that dance-off, but we shall see. I'm just about to watch the results now. First of all, we will have the professionals routine, which is my most exciting time of Strictly. Ooh, I wonder what they're going to do. Let's see the professionals routine. Ooh, how good was that? Oh my God. Wow. The professionals doing their homage to In the Heights, a fabulous musical that's just come out as a film. I've still not seen it yet. I need to see it. It's got me in the mood. Hello, they all look so good. Massive shout out to Joita. How fabulous is she? I feel, does anyone else agree with me? I feel that she's like the new Jeanette, the little pocket rocket. You know, Jeanette Marara, who used to be in it before, and now she's hosting the It Takes Two, Alyasha's partner. I feel that she's the new Jeanette, right? She is amazing. Joita is amazing. So fabulous. Now it's time to see who is in our dance-off this week. I'm just going to watch the results now. I don't know. I don't want to call it. We'll see who our bottom two are. I'm just going to watch it now. What? Judy and Graziano? No way. So it's Judy and Graziano, and Katie and Gorka have landed themselves in the bottom two. Now I mean, there's a couple of people in there that really narrowly missed out. Dan and Nadia, they were definitely worse. And maybe Adam and Katya, I guess, maybe. Definitely not Judy. I wouldn't have had her in the bottom. Absolutely not. How weird. Well, let's see how they pull it off in this dance-off. I'm excited to watch both of them perform again, to be honest with you. So let's see Judy and Graziano, Katie and Gorka, the bottom two. Let's see how this turns out. And there we have it, folks. Out this week, movie week, is Katie and Gorka. Now, it's such a shame because I feel that they didn't really deserve to be in the bottom two at all. And neither did Judy and Graziano either. But with that being said, when you're putting these two up against each other, I think the judges got it right. I absolutely agree. But what I don't agree with is that neither couple should have really been in the bottom at all. We've lost an excellent performer. Katie did such a wonderful job. I remember her right from week one. She did an excellent job in that wonderful, wonderful ballroom dance. I think it was a tango, wasn't it? I remember Katie right from the beginning, and I thought she was supposed to be right up there. I thought her conviction as well in this routine that we did was excellent. It's such a shame that we've lost Katie this week, and Gorka especially as well. I look forward to seeing him in the professional dances, but unfortunately this time is up for Katie and Gorka. Now, next week, join me for week 4. That's it already, week 4. Can you believe it? Ready for Ruby Sinclair's Strictly review. I thank you so much for you guys hanging on and seeing me every week. Now, this is week 3. I can't believe it. It's gone so fast. Guys, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will get back to you, each and every one of you, in those comments. I love having the conversations with you week to week. Now, I shall see you for week 4 of Strictly Come Dancing 2021. Remember, join me, Ruby Sinclair, for Ruby Sinclair's Strictly review. See you next week.